We've now got some content visible on the screen, but unfortunately we've also got this big warning message right here. So in this video, we're going to figure out what that warning message is all about and then fix it up. All right, so I want to show you two diagrams really quickly. The first diagram that we're going to look at is going to tell you what happens to our list when we are not providing a key property. So in other words, this is the situation that we are currently in, and this is not a good situation to have. So right now, if we were to say render our list of elements, so here's our list of elements right here, we've got all of our different friend objects, they would show up as some visible element on the screen of the device, and everything is pretty much a-okay. The issue starts to come whenever we start to change our original array of data. So let's say right here that we delete friend6, that object right there. If we delete that element or that object right there, you and I would expect to see friend6 disappear from the screen. And I can tell you without a doubt, friend6 would disappear. The issue when we don't provide that key is how our list gets updated on the screen. So if we do not provide a key, the way that React Native updates our list is it deletes everything visible on the screen. So it deletes friend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 entirely. It then looks at the new array of data and renders a single element for each one. So we'd end up with a situation like this right here. So the downside to this approach, just to be clear, is that React Native has to delete every element on the screen related to our list, and then rebuild the entire thing from scratch. That's not ideal. We don't want React Native to rebuild an entire list just because we made one little change to our array of data over here. What would be ideal, what we do want, is for React Native to detect that we deleted specifically that object right there, and we would want it to delete just that element, just friend6, and then essentially move up friend7 like so. That would be the ideal case, but again, that does not happen if we don't provide this key thing. So let me now tell you what happens if we provide the key. And I know we haven't really explained what the key is just yet, that's what I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so the idea behind this key property is that it allows React Native to kind of track these different objects and detect when we delete one of them. When we delete one of these objects, React Native can then very easily say, oh, okay, I see that maybe we just deleted friend with 4 right here, or friend 4 right here, and it would then need to just delete that element that has a key of D. And then it could just move up friend 5 like so, and React Native did not need to rebuild the entire list from scratch. So what's the idea behind the key exactly, now that we understand kind of what it does? Essentially, the key right here allows React Native to tie the definition of some particular object of data, so in this case like friend 4, with some actual element that appears on the screen. So if we give friend 4 right here, this object, a key of D, React Native can create an element out of it, like this friend 4 that's visible on the screen, and tag it with that same exact key. So now React Native has kind of a mapping between this object and this element on the screen. And it knows that if we delete this object and it's no longer present inside of our data array, it knows exactly what element on the screen that it needs to clean up as well. So that's what the key does. It's really just allowing React Native to track the different objects we are passing in to try to render on the screen, and then automatically clean up some element that is visible on the screen whenever the corresponding object goes away. So the important thing to keep in mind here, number one, is that this key thing is primarily a performance optimization. And number two, it's a performance optimization around making updates to our list. Right now, we've got a static list of data. So technically, even if we add in this key property or this key thing, we're not going to really see any kind of performance increase because, well, we're not changing our original array of data right now. Nonetheless, React Native always assumes that we might eventually change that list of data, which is why it's showing a warning right here. Okay, so now that we understand exactly what's going on with this key thing, let's take a pause right here. When we come back to the next video, we're going to take a look at two different ways that we can implement that key property.